Hi and welcome back to this week's episode of What's What. Okay, so today, in spirit of the latest public holiday that we just had last week, which is Malaysia Day, okay, we are going to talk about this topic. This topic is actually all about what makes our startups uniquely Malaysian. Okay, so we're going to go into it. So a few questions. Is it because the slang that we use? Is it because of what kind of slang we use? Or is it because we actually do a business deal during a makan session at a mama or something like that? Okay, so it actually takes a lot more than that. Okay, it's above and beyond that. And we're going to go into a few points where the first point is actually Malaysian startups actually aim to solve Malaysian problems itself. Because I'll be very honest with you, we Malaysians, we don't really take into consideration, let's say, apps or solutions from different cultures itself. We have a different take on what we want and what we need. So practically, that's that. We do without Western companies' solutions. For example, Shin Cham of Pre-Opinion. Pre-Opinion, if you didn't know, is actually an app which actually gives you pre-consultation views before you go and actually see a doctor itself on your illnesses or your sickness or how you feel even if you have a headache kind of thing. So he has a very unique take on this. Okay, his take is practically why he thinks that Malaysian startups are unique is because when Malaysian startups provide something or a service, they actually take into consideration the government laws, cultural taboos, and actually things that would relate to us as Malaysians itself, which would bring us to the next point. Malaysian startups are actually not afraid to be proudly Malaysians themselves. Okay, so for example, we actually localize everything, where everything is actually to make it relatable to all Malaysians themselves, right? For example, the name itself, the name of the startup or the name of their app is actually very localized and actually it hits and where all Malaysians would understand. So people like Tompang, Kaudim, We Tapau, and also Kaki Tangan, right? So those are things that are, it's relatable to you. So for the prime example is actually Kaki Tangan itself, where the founder, Evan Khoo, actually has a very unique take of why he called it Kaki Tangan itself. Because in Malay, Kaki Tangan not only means employees, but it also means kaki and tangan, which is kaki are your legs and tangan as your hands, which are essential parts of your body itself. But at the same time, it also represents as a company motto or company mission or company vision itself, where practically kaki tangan means the bond that the company would share because it's part of a whole entire body. Even in Chinese, kaki and tangan has a unique meaning itself, where practically kaki and tangan actually means a brotherhood bond. So practically, in naming it Kaki Tangan, it not only hits cultural divide, but it also hits a perfect representation of what they want their company to be, which is a company with a very strong bond. Okay? So now we'll go to the third point, where the third point is actually all about embracing the local culture itself. So there are a lot of companies who do things that give us a different spin on it. Because by actually embracing the local culture, what they do is they capitalize on the unique cultures and also showcasing their national pride itself. So for example, a startup such as My Burger Lab, right? The founder, Teo Wee Kiat, actually says that by embracing the local culture, they actually managed to bring through unique flavors to their burgers itself. Because as you know, burgers are actually a foreign delicacy that we have embraced like totally, right? They're trying to acknowledge the national pride and also the local cultures that we have. So their burgers have things like rendang burger or burger with budu and all that kind of stuff, where they actually embrace it and actually bring it back and try and localize or give it a spin where it's locally unique to people. So let's say even if foreigners come, they can enjoy a taste of a local delicacy while enjoying their favorite meal, for example. Alright? So now we're going to go on to the final point. So the final point is practically Malaysian companies actually know how to band together when it actually comes, where they actually change the mindset of what mine is mine into what mine is yours. So practically this shows that all local companies, all Malaysian companies actually are thriving and working together for the better good of Malaysians themselves, right? So Project Merdeka is actually a project where all these companies can come and give different deals based on their services itself. So the companies that came together was actually Bloom This, we had 23, we had Dah Makan, and also Grab, where they came in and they gave special offers during Merdeka itself. So that's all we have for today. Okay, so practically if you have more questions about what we talked about, or you have questions about the companies that we talked about, or even if you have like ideas of what else you want us to talk about in this segment on Cradle TV, leave your comments in the comment section below. So if you have anything else, please let me know. And then till we see you next week on another episode of What's What. So I'll see you then.